is Donald Kikori. And I think if you want to hear more, maybe you can invite him to shed more light, because that is important. But I was threatened that time, that one I said, but this one, it was urgent. I could not do it because I could not escort, because people followed me. I ignored for some time. But that night, on Saturday, going to Sunday morning, two people came to iron my gate, and I had to sneak actually with fight, and I was through the back door gate, took a motorbike, went to, let me disclose the committee in confidence, went to Manaya because I could not trust them.
Commissioner.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I would just beg you answer the question straight up. Did you report to the police? Because that was more of the direct question. Or you reported to your lawyer, Donald Kipkorir?
She's still online.
Are you still online? Yes. She has muted the mic.
Are you hearing me? I'm on the line.
Yeah, we were pleading.
Yes.
Instead of narrating the circumstances, the question was rather direct as to whether you reported specific threats to the police, other than to your lawyer.
The police. I reported to the lawyer, the first one, but the second one I didn't have time because those people were closing in on me, and the only thing was to take a motorbike to the airport with my passport.
So the straight answer is that you never reported to the police.
And left the country that night.
You never reported to the police, you reported to lawyer Donald Kipkorir?
No, there were two threats. The first one is to the lawyer, because I was still in the country. The second one, when I left the country, it was at night. I took a motorbike to the airport, paid cash, and I was the last one in the manifest, and I left that night. I didn't have even time to report because I was saving my life that time.
So you did not report to the police?
Yes, I didn't report that one when I was leaving.
Because
I told my
the incident, let me get it right, Commissioner, the incident happened at night?
Yes.
You took a motorbike at night?
At night?
To the airport?
I left the country at night.
You left the country at night? Meaning you also got the ticket at night? And a plane was waiting for you at night? Okay.
That night around, yes, late night.
You had a ticket ready?
I think the last one.
With a ticket ready for an international flight?
I caught it, I had to get a connection from Kenya to Amsterdam. Because that time I didn't have an invitation to US where I am. I had a ticket for Canada. I had a visa for Canada and US, but for Canada.
Commissioner Masit, I'm asking another very direct question to you. Commissioner Masit, I am asking another very direct question to you.
Yes.
An incident happened at night. You took a border at night.
No, night. The incident happened of night of Saturday.
Saturday night.
Okay.
And you.
Saturday night. Then I disappeared on Saturday night.
The same night.
A colleague's place. Hello. And stayed there to organize for a ticket on Sunday night.
So you left on Sunday night?
Sunday night, yes. Because I had to get cash to have it paid, and I had to get
okay. Maybe
I was with the person at the airport.
That's good enough. I'm sorry, I'm pushing you. I'm just trying to save time.
Yes.
Maybe Honorable Commissioner Cherar can answer the other questions.
Finally, before I finish, Chair, allow me just to say thank you to Honorable Ichungwa. He's my hearmate at the University of Nairobi. When I was doing law, I was doing here, and then I went to do law later. That's the reason why I could not resign, because the truth has to come out. Somebody has to stand for my colleagues who at that time also they were facing the same. But I had to, the fact that I come from Rift Valley, nobody wants to see me there. I'm vilified, I'm called a betrayer, traitor. They say even betrayer is worse than a murderer. That's what they call me nowadays. I was removed from all WhatsApp groups, and I'm suffering here. You people, you need to listen to us.
We sincerely thank you, Commissioner Irene. We sincerely sympathize with you, and we pray for your safety wherever you are and whenever you come back here. But we would encourage you to have all those reports made to the police so that if there are specific threats, they're investigated. Commissioner Cherar.
I cannot come now until you are ready. Thank you.
Commissioner Cherar.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Co-Chair, you said that at Serena we had our own results. I wish that committee will play the clip at Serena Hotel. We did not have our own results. What we said is that the results that were going to be announced, we disown them because of the manner of opaqueness that last phase was handled. That's what we said. We didn't say that we had our own results. That's why we are saying now that results need to be audited. And this is not of our own. It is even in law that any elections need to be verifiable and can be audited at any other particular time. So it is not something that will begin now. It is there in the Election Act. We emphasize that it should be audited and the servers to be opened.
Chair, my name is Catherine, and my sister Cherar. In your own words, you said the results were handwritten, and the results even exceeded 100%. And how come you never mentioned this to the Supreme Court? You're mentioning it to us here. And those you brought as even the substantiators of the same never brought it and never, substantiated anything. In your own words, surely.
Honorable Committee, I will also invite you to my affidavit to the Supreme Court. Whatever we are saying now, it is in our affidavit that we filed at the Supreme Court. Unfortunately, it's like nothing or not everything was read through. We explained everything that we said, and after the Supreme Court gave its ruling, we said we abide by that because it is the apex court of our country. And as law-abiding citizens, we said, yes, we accept it. And from that day henceforth, the Cherar folk have never spoken until today. Let me submit to this honorable committee that everything we have said, it is in our affidavit.
Okay, the Commissioner, I will request that you allow us, you just stay online, hear a few more questions, then you can note them and answer them together. Honorable says, Governor says.
Thank you, Chair. Let me appreciate the two commissioners, Masit and Cherar, who have seen it fit to participate in this sitting, and we appreciate that they're there. I have a few questions, and not necessarily to Cherar or Masit. I think even the commissioners physically present here may want to answer. Number one, the law has been that the final announcement of the presidential vote is actually what is announced at the polling station. And that is what is called the Form 34A. And we have 46,229 polling stations that I need no mention. But I'm just wondering, when Commissioner Wanderi says that they were not tallying as commissioners, did you actually think that 7 commissioners had the capacity to physically tally the 46,229 forms and be able to give the results within 7 days as the law states? Number 2, the matter went before the Supreme Court as a petition. Would you say that the results declared by the chairman were inconsistent in any way with those that were declared at the polling stations? And that brings me to the final statement by Cherar, where she says she wants the server to be opened. And that has been the language, open the server. The Secretariat was here, the IEBC Secretariat was here. And I remember I personally asked the question of the server because I thought we need to understand what's in the server. And the ICT director said, whatever is in the server is exactly what is in the public portal. That any Form 34A is what they have stored in the server. There's no difference. So what is it you want the server to produce if there was no inconsistency? Or maybe you know of an inconsistency that you should have taken before the Supreme Court. So was there any inconsistency? I think that's the bottom line.
Can I also? Sorry. I wanted to also. This is Hassan Omar, and I like Cecily, because I probably would want you also to benefit from some of the questions we will pose to your two colleagues here. You know, I had a lot of reference to the Maina Kiai case, but the true import of the decision of the Maina Kiai case is that what is declared at the polling station is the actual result of that election. This tallying you're talking about is simply arithmetic. In fact, today I look at I look up to God and say, the systems were so foolproof that our elections cannot be decided by 4 or 7 people. The whole world was monitoring, and in fact, this idea of the server is almost an idea to try and camouflage the fact that there was a result which was verified and those forms that were tallied. Not a single one of you came up with a challenge to meet up, as suggested by Justice Smoking Wanjala, to show one single form signed by your returning officers or agents or anybody that differs with those that have been put onto that server. So I think, or into that portal. So I think we should now, even in terms of moving forward, because what I've heard Eugene, you repeatedly here saying how people say that the outcome of these elections was not free and fair. And I can tell you, outside this group and the 4 of you, I don't know of anybody else who says that the outcome of these elections was not free and fair. Number two, I also was a commissioner at a very stormy point of this country's political transition, I think, which birthed the new constitution and some of the state institutions you see. I investigated instances of violence and laid a lot of responsibility on people who ended up becoming presidents of this country, probably the 4th and 5th. I can tell you, when you do your job consciously, there's nothing to fear. People will send you messages. That's why Ongwai Nyanga is still here and others. I can guarantee you, what Kenyans simply wanted was the truth of what happened. The truth in many instances has been canvassed in the Supreme Court. It has been canvassed across board. And I can tell you without a doubt, at least if it is any threat, it cannot be from our side. Our side is totally comfortable with the fact that the truth was canvassed and mitigated and agreed upon and settled. Lastly, there are a lot of other things that we do not want to go into. There is evidence that was adduced about your meetings, the 4 of you, with Tuju in apartments in Upper Hill, paid for by Ngonga, who was my college mate. People, the National Security Council membership coming here. Senator Wako has clarified why he was here in his personal capacity and the unfortunate circumstances that met him here.